We have an update in the story we brought to you this summer. A Northwest Arkansas man taken into federal immigration custody in June has now been released. Just moments after his I-130 petition was approved, Julio was detained by ICE and taken to the Sebastian County Jail. Now, 5 News reporter Claire Everbach has been following this story from the start. And Claire, today you sat down with Julio, his wife, and his attorneys.
Yes, Morgan, that's right. Julio and his family say they're finally seeing a path forward after a difficult few months. After I spoke with him in June, he spent 3 months at a Louisiana detention center while his case went before a judge. His attorneys say even after bond was granted, ICE refused to release him. Last week, the judge ruled in Julio's favor, clearing the way for him to become a lawful permanent resident.
This is a story of how the government gives with one hand and takes away with another. And so they, approved his I-130 petition and then immediately detained him. And then the judge granted bond, a reasonable bond. And then ICE would not let him leave the detention center. They would not let him pay the bond.
Megan Hodge-Nieves, immigration attorney at Bogart, Small and Dual, says Julio's case shows how the government can send mixed messages. She says Julio has no criminal history, and his experience is why many immigrants fear even following the rules.
Why don't people just go through the legal pathways? And the answer is that even when you do, there is risk of detention, and there is risk of removal or deportation.
Susan Duell, partner at Bogart, Small and Dual, says this is what many families face today.
That's the difficulty practicing immigration law or being an immigrant right now is the law has laid out the steps for you, but there are sort of traps along the way. And we're seeing that more and more where individuals are following all the rules that have been laid out before them, but because they've either fallen out of status or didn't have status, they run the risk of doing it the right way because they may be detained along the way.
In Julio's case, a judge ruled in his favor on September 25th.
Thankfully, we were able to secure a victory for Julio, and he is out of custody now. He was released to his family, and he's able to be a lawful permanent resident now.
Julio says his time in the detention center was difficult.
Experiencias muy malas en la detención.
Now out of custody, he says he is ready to move forward.
Prosperidad, trabajar duro.
And after 3 months apart, his wife Giselle says they finally feel hope again.
Que la migración va a tener más facilidades para un trabajo, o sea, todo va a ser para mejor. Entonces, siempre le di ánimos.
5 News also reached out to ICE for comment on Julio's case, but has not yet heard back. Claire Everbach, 5 News.
All right, Claire, thank you for that.